right, hello and welcome to Live Coaching with Leslie. I am so excited just because I guess I'm always excited or something, but I'm excited because yes, we are doing another live coaching call. If you are in the house, if you are live on YouTube, if you are live on Facebook, drop a comment right now and let me know that you are live, just so that I can know that I'm not here. Well, I know I'm not here alone because we got some people here on Zoom already, but just so that I can know that there's someone watching on the interweb. What? We got Junie in the house, my brother all the way in St. Martin. Let me pop it on the screen. We have got, let's see, Uncle Boo Boo in the house on YouTube. Sweet. Let me drop that on the screen really quick. Asking how long will the live stream last? It'll last as long as we go, but no longer than 90 minutes. I know that for sure. Uncle Boo Boo says, I am loving the Calypso music. Those of you that are on Zoom right now, you don't really know that there's Calypso music playing live on Facebook and YouTube, but that's the way we do it, just because that's the way we do it. Let's see, Holly Cox is here on Facebook. She says, so excited to catch a live coaching vid. Thanks for sharing. You are very much welcome. So excited that you are here. And we've got EJ, the travel diva, is here. She is live. We've got Nanette in the house. What's going on, Nanette? We have DSD on YouTube. Hello. Glad to have you all here. Let's see. Okay, we got a number of people commenting here, and I'm excited. We're gonna talk about some stuff, and we're also going to take some calls and all that good stuff. Just really quick, if you are watching on YouTube and you haven't as yet, why are you not subscribed? Hit that subscribe button, tap that bell notification icon. That bell icon. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. I'm not going crazy. That bell icon, so that you can be notified whenever we have more content for you. I gotta let you know that I have some really good stuff coming. And if you think I'm joking, don't think I'm joking, because I'm not joking. Hold on, let me just make sure. I just realized I'm not putting the stuff that I'm putting on the screen there for the Zoom viewers to see as well. Anyhow, this is Live Coaching with Leslie. We do this every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Why? Well, just because this is what we do. I want to serve you guys as powerfully as possible. I want to be here to give you support on your journey, whether you are a blogger, a YouTuber, a podcaster, as long as you're a content creator or you're thinking about being a content creator. I want to support you on that journey. We also have some people here on Zoom. Hold on, let me pop y'all on the screen so everybody could see that I'm not here alone really quick. And everybody is gonna wave. Really, wait. I just realized really quick. Let me hide myself. And we got 2 people on here so far. Everybody say hi. There we go. That's Ife Badejo there. She is all the way in St. Martin. I don't know if you know, but I have a special place in my heart from St. Martin because St. Martin is home. Ife, I don't know if you noticed the blue and the red. Do you notice the blue and the red? You know what the blue and the red for, right? You know what that for, Ife? Let me see if you take the hint. Let's see. Did you take the hint, Ife? What is the blue and the red for? Tell us. What's that? St. Martin. St. Martin is in the house. So for those of you that don't know, that's just like some insider stuff going on there. The blue and the red. Now you know. Anyhow. All right. So we're going to talk about something really quick, and then we're going to dive into your questions. If you have a question, you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube, you have 2 choices. Number 1, you can type your question in the comments area right there, and I'm going to bring it up on the screen and answer your question or try to provide some guidance where that is concerned. If you're on YouTube and Facebook, but you would like to come on video to ask your camera, wow. If you would like to come on camera to ask your question, I left a link there right at the top, one of the first comments, to come over to Zoom. On Zoom is where you'll be able to ask questions via video and get that kind of coaching. But what I wanted to talk about today is relationships. Relationships. No, I know this is not a relationship show or anything of that sort, but relationships are so important. They are a key part of growing your online business. If all you are doing is creating content and that's it, you are missing out. If all you're doing is recording your podcast, if all you're doing is making videos, writing articles, and posting them on your blog, you are missing out, because relationships are the key to success. What do I mean by that? You are creating content. Why are you creating content? You want to reach people, right? And in order to reach people, there has to be a connection. And by having relationships, that can help you to take things to the next level. Now, the question is, Leslie, what do you mean by relationships? What kind of relationships? Am I supposed to be dating on my blog or something of that sort? Nope, that is not what I am talking about. But I'm going to give you a few examples. When I started my biology blog, one of the first things I did, of course, was create content. I created a series of videos, put them out there into the world, and things started growing slowly. Now, I knew that in order to really start getting exposure and traffic, I had to get traffic from places where they were traffic. And I knew that if I could connect with some key people, that could potentially drive traffic my way. And I remember, and this story illustrates some key points. I remember when I started getting things going, I went all over the internet and I tried to find as many biology websites and blogs as possible. And there was one particular website that I found. Actually, there were 86 websites that I found, and I made a spreadsheet of all of the websites and the people behind the websites, the contact information, and I started reaching out to them. Now, there was one in particular that I wanted to reach out in a different way, and here's why. I saw that this person, whenever I searched for something related to my topic in Google, they showed up as number one. That to me was an indication that they were getting a decent amount of traffic. And I thought to myself, hey, it would be cool to connect with this person. This person is someone that's creating content, that's providing value. And if there's a way that I could connect with them, that could be good down the line. So I reached out to this person. I remember I sent her an email and I said something along the lines of, hey, I love what you're doing. At the time I was a high school science and math teacher and I had been using her resources. So I said to her, I love what you are doing. Thank you so much for the way you are showing up. I use your content in my classes and my students love it. And that was true. Her stuff was good stuff. And then I said to her, because I noticed that she was having some problems with her blog, with her WordPress blog, and I'd been learning a lot about WordPress and all that good stuff. So I said to her, I noticed you're having issues with your blog and it has something to do with WordPress. I know a lot about WordPress and I would like to help you out free of charge to fix those problems. Notice what I did there. I offered to help her out. I didn't reach out. Right now, if I go into my inbox right now, there are a handful of emails that came in today alone saying something like, hey, I love what you're doing. Can you link to me? Random strangers. Can you link to me? Can you do something for me? That's not how I approached her. I would love to do something for you. And then I mentioned, hey, by the way, I do have a biology blog. I post some biology videos. You can check it out over here. Now, I remember the email she sent me back. And the email said something like this. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you and your students are finding value in my website. And thank you so much for that generous offer of helping me out with my site. She said, I'm so busy that I don't even have the time to take you up on the offer, but I really appreciate it. And then she said, by the way, checked out your blog, love it. I wanted to do something like this, but I'm too busy. So I linked to it here. She said something like, I wrote a quick article about it here. And I went to her blog and it was a simple post. It was something like, found this site with biology videos. You should check it out. And it linked to my site. That month, 400 people came to my site. And for me, that was a huge deal. I was like, oh my word, I've never had a class of 400 people before in my life. 400 people are showing up to my blog. That is absolutely amazing. And what was the key there? It was me connecting with another human being. Me offering myself of service to another human being. And that leading to her linking to my site. And that leading to 400 people visiting my site in that month. And that was an amazing feeling. The next month, I sent her an email and I said, hey, thank you so much. By the way, 400 people came to the site. They're really loving the content. And I noticed she had some links in her sidebar. I said to her, and I know if it's in your sidebar, that means it's on every page of your site. So I said to her, by the way, would you mind linking to my blog in the sidebar? And she replied with one word, done. And that was it. That month, over 800 people. Next month, went up to 1,200. Next month, went up to 2,000. And it kept growing from there. And it's because I connected with one person. Over the years, what I've noticed is that the biggest growth has come as a result of connecting with people. Connecting with people from, other bloggers and content creators that are out there, and doing it in an authentic way where you are trying to serve them. And hey, you put good stuff out there in the world, you'd be surprised at what comes back to you. And from people that I've met online, to people that I've met at events, to people that I've connected with in masterminds, to people that I've, hired as coaches, all of these relationships are significant and can go a long way. So what I want to challenge you with before even getting into some of your questions and the coaching part of this is, who can you connect with? How can you connect with someone that's out there in your niche, in your space, in a way to be of service to them? And how can you do that in an authentic way, which could potentially lead to all kinds of opportunities down the line? Yes, there are other bloggers you can connect with. There are YouTubers you can connect with. There are podcasters you can connect with. And you can connect with them by showing up and serving. I know right now the world is kind of crazy, so there's not a lot of events and conferences and so on. But when there are those kinds of things, are you going out there and are you connecting with people in person? And for now, there are everybody's going virtual. There are all kinds of virtual events happening. By the way, I'm doing one with Teachable next week. I should leave a link to that. I didn't have that prepared because I didn't think about it, but we're posting it on social media and all that good stuff, so you can check that out. There are all kinds of virtual experiences right now that you can take advantage of and connect with people. You are on a live stream right now, and as I see, there are people right now from all over the world that are engaging in the comments. How can you connect with those people? And not from a perspective of, hey, I see you're doing awesome stuff. Can you do this for me? Nah, that's not how a relationship starts. A relationship starts with, a mutual interest. Hey, I see you're interested in this. Let's have a conversation about it. Interestingly enough, some of the best connections that I've made to date at events and so on had nothing to do with my niche, had nothing to do with blogging and social media and all that stuff. And yes, it may be at those events, but it could have been about a conversation about our kids, about being a father, about my wife, about something that I enjoy doing. Like connecting with people like you would, connect in a regular and normal and authentic way. If you can find that mutual point of interest, you never know where that can lead. I remember I'll give you another quick example. Early in my career, I had been following a number of people in the space, one of which was Pat Flynn, another was Cliff Ravenscraft. And what I noticed was I was living in Michigan at the time, and Cliff and Pat were doing a meetup in Chicago. That's about 2 hours away. They went to a conference and they were going to do a meetup. At the time, I couldn't afford to go to the conference, But I said to myself, I'm going to this meetup. It's going to be at a pizza place, I think it was. So I drove 2 hours just to connect with not just them, but the other people that were there. And I remember we just hung out. We just had conversations. We got to know each other. And then from there, we started connecting in a different way online. Because once you've connected in person, your online connection is completely different. And that led to, at some point, me offering to do something for Cliff, because I noticed that he was trying to get into online courses and a membership or something of that sort, and I offered to help him out with that kind of stuff for free. He didn't take me up on the offer. But at one point, he decided, hey, we're starting a mastermind group, and that Leslie guy that we connected with at that event, that we've been connected with online, that offered to do this great thing for me, maybe he should be a part of this mastermind group. And 10 years later, is it 9 or 10 years later, we're still connected in this mastermind group with some amazing people that are doing amazing things. And those relationships, without those relationships, I would never be doing what I'm doing today full time. And I know that 100% for fact. So I just want to encourage you. I know I'm going on about this, but it's so important. Yes, create content. Yes, put value out there. But even more so, connect with people in an authentic way. Make sense? Yeah? Everybody virtually nodding their heads? Yes. Sweet. All right, let's see what comments we have. My boy Colin is in the house. He said, look at that shirt. Are you making fun of me? Even the brains behind the operation, Noemi, who anything that looks good, she designed it. She's talking about my shirt. All right, let's see. We've got Tana So Lit in the house on YouTube. What's up, Leslie and Stream? What's up, Tana? Holly says, yes, offer it and you'll receive it. What you put out there is what comes back to you. I'm such a believer in that. Colin says, being open to connecting and networking has made the difference in my online business journey. Do it. It's worth it. Yes. And that guy right there, we connected online in 2008. Back when I was the freebie guy, and we've been connected ever since. He stayed in my house, I've stayed in his house, and so many things have happened as a result of these relationships. Holly says on Facebook, yes, we're not in business if not for our people. That is exactly it. We are gonna switch gears now. You know what? I'm thinking about it. I need something for when I'm switching gears, like this big celebration thing that happens visually. Noemi, we need to work on something that happens on the screen where they know now it's coaching time. All right, so this is how we're gonna do it. Once again, if you are on YouTube and Facebook, if you have a question, whatever it is you're dealing with in your business right now, with your blog, with your podcast, your YouTube channel, or anything of that sort, go ahead and ask that question in the comments. We do have some people on the Zoom, and we're gonna try to bring some of them on right now. I am gonna start with, let's see, we got more people than I thought. Okay, sweet. So we're gonna start with Ife, did you have a question? Did you come with a question? Or something that you wanted to discuss? I'm curious.
I do now.
You do now. Sweet. All right, so I'm gonna turn it over to Ife. Ife is gonna ask her question and we'll take it from there. By the way, I should have said this before. If you're on Zoom and you have a question, here's what I want you to do. Just type really quick, I have a question about, and just whatever the topic is. Don't write out the question. Just say, I have a question about getting clients or whatever the case might be, so that I can know to bring you on next and so on and so forth. All right, Ife, go.
So I'm thinking of starting a podcast. And my question is, how do you build relationships with people you have absolutely no relationship with, who's doing extraordinary things, so that you can get really good interviews?
Oh, that is a great question. Now, here's the thing about getting interviews. Fortunately, people love it when other people make them look good. People absolutely love it when other people make them look good. So when you invite someone to an interview, you might be surprised at how easy it is to get people to say yes, especially if you have your podcast going, you set it up, it looks professional. You've done a few podcast episodes. The design looks nice. You look at the blog post, and the blog posts do an awesome job at representing what you're trying to portray. I'm talking to Ife, so I know it's gonna look good and all that good stuff. I'm not worried about that at all because you're Ife. But once you have that base taken care of, now it's time to reach out to people. And in reaching out to people, I've always reached out to people in similar ways. Number one, obviously, if I've connected with them in person, that makes it very easy to do that kind of stuff and to connect with them that way. But if I haven't, I literally just reach out to them and say, hey, hi, such and such. I have a podcast where I interview entrepreneurs on how they've built their businesses with their blogs, whatever that is for you. I love what you are doing with XYZ. Would you be open to me interviewing you on my podcast? Here is an example of an interview that I did with this person, whoever this person is. Let me know if you're interested. I've hardly gotten any no's. Even when I reached out to people who had no idea who I was, even when I reached out to people who are pretty big names, people love to go on shows and talk about what they do. And even if your audience isn't large, hey, you have people in your audience that they didn't have in their audience before. So it's a benefit to them regardless of the size of your podcast. Now, for some people, they're very busy and they have to be very selective about who they do podcast interviews with and that kind of stuff. And that's just a part of the game, and that's okay. But just don't be afraid to reach out to them and tell them how you can help them look good, even if it's at a small scale. Even if, hey, I have an audience of people that are very excited about this particular topic, and we'd be honored to have you as a guest on the show. Is this something you're interested in? It's that simple. I remember the first time I did something like that to someone that I didn't know that I considered to be a big name. What's his name? Guy Kawasaki. Guy Kawasaki. I reached out to Guy Kawasaki, and this is when I first started my podcast. And I said, hey, I would love to have you on the show to talk about whatever the topic was at the time. Are you interested? And within a day, I got a response. Yes, would love to do it. And we set up the appointment and all that good stuff. It is easier than you would think to get people on your podcast. So what I would say, just reach out. Make sure you do the groundwork to make your stuff look good. And if you know someone that would definitely say yes, you have a relationship with that person or something of that sort, start by interviewing those people just to show that you've had a few interviews under your belt, and then go from there. You'd be surprised at who you can land. Oh, another key. Anytime someone has something big or something new that they're launching, that is usually a time where they're trying to get on as many podcasts as possible. So you see this person is well known and they just released their new book. That is a perfect time to reach out to them to ask them to be on your show, because the answer will almost always be yes. Tell them, I'm so excited about the launch of your new book. My audience would love it. Would you be interested in coming on for a 45-minute interview or something of that sort to talk about XYZ? If so, let me know and we can arrange it.
That was excellent, Leslie. That's really good stuff. And I'm taking you to task. You'll be one of my first calls for sure.
I already knew it. I would be honored to be on the Ife Badejo show, or whatever it's gonna be called, the Experience Power Podcast, the Islandpreneur Pod, whatever it is. Awesome stuff. All right, cool stuff. We are gonna move on. Let's see. Allison has a question about creating a challenge. When do I begin Evergreen after the live run? After the live round. Allison, go ahead and unmute yourself. I don't know if you're coming on camera or not. If not, that's fine. But if you are, you could go ahead and just...
Hi, Leslie. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great. I'm going to leave it on no video just because of bandwidth.
Yep, no problem.
So forgive me for that. And thank you for having me on.
You are very much welcome
to talk to you.
All right, let's go.
All right, so I have just written my first ebook.
Woohoo! Oh, I need like a celebration.
Shout out to any podcasters who want to have me on.
There you go.
I'm super excited to have finally finished that project.
Okay.
I feel like I've been in hiding for 2 months to just get this job done. But now that I am done, I'm excited to start promoting it. And my first plan of attack is to create a challenge.
Okay.
Obviously, with that final part of the challenge being a pitch for the ebook, which is in line with the subject of the challenge.
Okay.
All right. So from what I have gathered, obviously this is my first challenge. I'm announcing a date that's about, I'll announce it about a week out from when I plan to run it live.
Okay.
But it's a topical type of challenge. I mean, the food and beverage industry and baking. And so this is a holiday related challenge. So I'd like to kind of keep it going afterwards. And I just wanted to hear from you what you advise, when to start repeating it, how to do that, anything that you know about kind of keeping this evergreen. That's what I am challenged with right now.
Okay, great. So is it gonna be a 5-day challenge?
I had actually planned 3.
Okay, so it's a relatively short challenge. Do you currently have an audience already, or are you doing this to start a new audience in the niche?
So I currently have like kind of a sort of a warm audience.
Okay.
I have a following of about an email list of about 200.
Okay.
And a Facebook group, not that I own, but that I belong to, that allows sharing.
Got it.
Of about 10,000, which is very specific to my niche. So I think I have, for starters, I think I have some people that would be very interested in this type of challenge. And then, of course, I want to kind of tie into actually what you started out talking about, which is thinking about the people that I know and how to network with who I already know to expand the reach of my challenge. So I thought it was super topical that that's what you started out talking about, because that's what I've been thinking about for the last couple days. So my immediate audience, I'd say, is small, but very interested.
Got it. And just really quick, because EJ, the travel diva, asked this question on YouTube. What is the ebook about?
So my ebook is about baking pies. I'm a professional baker, but I bring my professional baking experience to the home baker and to the people that are interested in getting into baking for profit. So the challenge is about the pie industry is a $180 million a year industry. And how can people get a piece of this pie? How can small bakers capture some of these pie sales? So what I'm doing is I'm kind of challenging them to write a sales projection, create your social media ad, and then think outside the box in ways that you can expand your marketing outreach. So I'm getting them ready for the holiday season.
Got it. Love it. Okay, so a few more questions. Tell me a little bit about the challenge. How is the challenge going to be run? Is it just via email? Will there be a Facebook group? Tell me some of those details.
Okay, so I'm using a landing page on ConvertKit
Okay.
to get the signups, and then I'm just going to create a 4 email automation.
Mm-hmm.
Email 1 is the first day of the challenge. Email 2, second day. Email 3 is the third day, and then email 4 is where I'm going to propose the sale of my ebook, which is, Bake Better Pies. It's Secrets from a Professional Baker
I love
on how
it.
to create better pies. And then, so I also am going to ask when they join the landing page or when they sign up through the landing page to join the Facebook group, because throughout email 1, 2, and 3, I'm asking them to share some of the results of their challenge in that Facebook group.
Okay, perfect. All right. So you are setting everything up to be dripped via email. There will be
Yes.
a Facebook group. In the Facebook group, they can interact. And since it's just a 3-day challenge, the interaction really is beyond the challenge, right? It's them sharing the stuff that they're doing
Yes.
in the challenge, but also being able to connect after the challenge and all that good stuff. The great thing about that is you are already setting it up for it to be evergreen. And that's great. Now, what some people do is they set up their challenge where you come into Facebook, you're in the Facebook group, they post the first video of the challenge in the Facebook group, and you do everything in Facebook. And then the next video of the challenge in the Facebook group, you do everything on Facebook, and it's kind of live in the Facebook group. The benefit of doing it the way you're doing it is the Facebook group is there and it enhances the challenge, but the main content of the challenge is being delivered via email. In other words, once you've gone through this, my recommendation is go through this, put your all into it, and make it awesome. Once you've gone through it, you can switch flip the switch, and now it's evergreen, and you can continue funneling people to that landing page so that they can go through that process. And whether they're on day 1 or day 3 or they finished day 3 a month ago, they can still get value from the Facebook group, but they're going through the email sequence, which will pitch them on day 4 to check out the ebook. Quite frankly, you can even pitch them before day 4 if the content for the challenge is directly related to the topic of the ebook. I would actually try to make it so that obviously the content of the challenge is directly related to the ebook, and then on day 1, give them the challenge, the first part of the challenge, but also let them know, hey, if you want more, if you want to go a little deeper, check out the ebook. Day 2, same thing. P.S. The ebook is for sale at such and such. And you can kind of do it that way. So once you've set it up the first time, you've run it, you may want to run it once. You may want to run it again, just to fine tune it or anything of that sort. Take feedback, and once you feel comfortable with where it is and how it's running, then flip the switch and you're good to go.
That's great. And actually, in email 1, I am asking them to do an exercise where I'm saying, think about what your menu might be. And my ebook has 10 new recipes for exciting holiday pies.
Perfect.
So that would be a good one to tie in there and right in email 1.
Absolutely. And here's the way I look at it, right? A lot of people would say, yeah, but I don't want to pitch them in my first email. And my response to them is, you're not pitching them. You're telling them of something that's helpful to them. They've joined this challenge because they want to learn about this stuff. Does it make sense to hold back a resource from them that could help them? No, that's not serving them as well as you can. So by introducing them to this book early in the challenge, here's the thing. When someone first signs up to your email list, they're paying attention. They're engaged. They're curious about what you have to offer. They want to know a little more. And what you'll notice is the open rate is going to be the highest in that first email. The next one, not so high. The next one, not so high. So if you can tell them about this valuable resource early on, why not?
Yes, that's great advice.
Awesome. So
wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm really excited to try this, and I will incorporate some of those that advice that you gave.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you so much for coming on and asking your question.
Thanks, Leslie.
You're welcome. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a question from social, and then we're going to come back to the next question on Zoom. Tana So Lit, you're next for the video question after we take one from either the tube of you or the book of faces. Let's go with YouTube. Uncle Boo Boo. I just love that. I love that name. I don't know what your channel is about, but it makes me want to go and check out what Uncle Boo Boo is all about. So Uncle Boo Boo says, a friend's daughter is starting out with a podcast on 5 minutes of history. That is a very interesting, I think that would be very interesting. What is your number one tip for expanding your audience? My number one tip for expanding your audience when it comes to your podcast has to do with the path of least resistance. Leslie, what in the world do you mean with the path of least resistance, and what does that have to do with a podcast? I'm asking you about growing your audience. Let me tell you what it's about. And this applies to just about any kind of content you're planning on creating. If you want to grow your podcast listening audience, the easiest way to get people is to get people who are already listening to podcasts. That is the path of least resistance. I'll give you some more information on that in a second. But the path of like a whole lot of resistance is trying to get people who are like, wait, what's the podcast? And how do I listen to one? Do I need an iPod? Should I, how do I do that? Do I go to a website and click play? Like, how does it work? Now you have to educate them. You have to give them information. You have to give them links and maybe provide a tutorial to show them how to subscribe to a podcast. And since they're not in the habit, they might listen to the first one and then forget about it because they're not used to listening to podcasts. So the path of least resistance is to get in front of people that are already listening to podcasts. So how do you do that? If he or she, a friend's daughter, starting a podcast on history, 5 minutes of history, what I would do is I would look in the podcast directories to find a bunch of history podcasts. Just research what are all the history podcasts out there. Because here's the thing, the people that are listening to history podcasts are interested in listening to history podcasts. That should be self-explanatory, right? So what I would then do goes back to what we spoke about in the beginning. You know, the whole relationship building thing. How about this? If I'm your friend's daughter, I have a list of like 50 different history podcasts. I find out the website URL, the contact information, and all that good stuff. I listen to an episode or two to get a feel for what it's about and so on. And then I send a targeted email to each and every one of those podcast hosts. Hey, creator of this history podcast, thank you so much for what you're doing in the world. I really appreciate your podcast, especially that episode where you spoke about XYZ. By the way, I am also a history podcaster that is very passionate about, 14th century such and such. Well, I'm not the history buff or anything of that sort. Would your audience be interested in diving deeper into this topic? If so, here are a few topics that I would love to share with your audience to be of service to them. Please let me know if you're interested. The key thing is this: if she can get on these podcasts, some of them are going to say no. Maybe most of them might say no, but some of them will say yes. And if she can get on those podcasts and she can, whether it's an interview or a discussion or anything of that sort, and she can show her expertise in that topic, then, you know, at the end, hey, thank you so much for coming on. Where can people find out more about you? Since you're already listening to this history podcast, you love history. I have a history podcast as well. You can find it in the Apple Podcast directory or any podcast directory. And the name of the podcast is 5 Minutes of History with Friend's Daughter or something of that sort. Because they're already listening to podcasts, that is going to be the path of least resistance. So you're not trying to convert them to become podcast listeners. They're already podcast listeners. You're not trying to get them interested in history. They're already interested in history because they're listening to podcasts. That would be my number one tip for your friend's daughter. Hope that is helpful. And yeah, let's keep the questions coming. All right, let's go to our next live question. This one is from Tana So Lit, who has a question about great places to promote tech videos. Let me pop you on the screen in a second and act like I know what I'm doing. Pin video. Oh, wait. Do I know what I'm doing? Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. All right, go ahead and unmute yourself and let's see if you talk, if it's going to do it.
Okay, can you hear me?
There we go. Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on, Leslie, for one.
You are very much welcome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, I just got a question because I've been on YouTube for around 3 years and everything, grinding. But I was trying to expand my audience to even more people that don't know about me like that, because I promote quite a bit on Facebook and Twitter. I want to know if there's any other places or any other avenues to where I can promote.
Gotcha. So you're on YouTube and you basically want to grow your audience.
Exactly.
What are you doing on YouTube to grow your audience?
What I'm doing on YouTube is basically I'm adding value to my channel, which what meaning by that is, instead of just reviewing a device, even though the Xfinity Mobile sponsors my channel and this, that, and the other, I do tutorials to show people how to use their phones, how to fix their computers, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So I got something to offer the people. And then also I do giveaways and other things to really engage my audience, like live streams and everything.
Gotcha. And how many subscribers do you have?
I got around what, 4,200.
4,200 subscribers. Okay. And how are you optimizing your videos on YouTube, like in terms of SEO and the titles and the descriptions and tags and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. I try my best.
What tools are you using to make that a reality?
TubeBuddy.
Okay, sweet. I just wanted to make sure you had those basic things taken into consideration. So awesome. Next one has to do with I think I started with the right topic today. What are you doing to connect with people that are creating tech videos in your space? People that have a little more subscribers than you, even less subscribers than you, way more subscribers than you. What are you doing to connect with those people?
Great question. Professionally, I'm a music producer in the industry.
Okay.
So I got a beat leasing website. So what I do to them is I give them an offer that they can't refuse. Like, look here, I'll give you such and such a beats. Just go ahead and rock with me for, you know what I'm saying? Be a guest on my show or whatever. And then also, you know what I'm saying, promote the chosenbeats.club website or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of work with them. And then I do graphic artwork. So I go ahead and design banners, logos, whatever I can to network, because that's the way I network in the music industry.
Yeah,
you know, so you got to get buddy with people and rub them the right way. You know what I'm saying?
And how's that going?
Relationship. Huh?
How is that going?
So far, it's going. You know what I'm saying? It's picking up. I deal with people that got like 1 million subs right now. You know what I'm saying? That be coming on my streams and everything. So far, that's been working pretty good. But still, you know, I just try to push everything to the next level the more I go.
Okay, can we do something? Can we look at your YouTube channel right now?
Yeah.
What's your YouTube channel?
Tana So Lit, like it's spelled right there.
Tana So Lit. All right,
Yep.
So I'm gonna pull up youtube.com/Tana So Lit. And let's see what you got going on over here. Oh, I like the look.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so Tana So Lit. Let the tech do the talking. Let me ask you this. Why should someone why should I subscribe to your channel? What makes it different?
Great question. Because a lot of people have tech channels and all that, but basically they give their own opinion about a device, or some of them are being influenced by somebody or a company to go ahead and give a friendly review. Me, I keep it honest and I let the tech do the talking, just like my motto says.
Let the tech do the talking. I like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So here's what I feel.
Okay.
Let the tech do the talking. How to add hidden back tap feature in iOS 14. and then you're reviewing different products and you're giving your thoughts on everything, all of these different tech stuff. So here's what strikes me.
Okay.
You're doing the right thing.
What?
You're doing the right thing.
Awesome.
I mean, you're creating content. I see your branding. It looks good. You're getting a decent number of views. I'm gonna assume. Well, you said you've been on YouTube for how many years?
Around 3 years making videos.
3 years, and have you been making it consistently?
Yeah, that's the thing. Scheduling has been quite a crush for me because I got like 2 or 3 businesses I'm running. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna scale it down to 2 videos a week.
Okay, so right now, so is it one of those situations where, man, you didn't make videos for a long time and then you started back and then it's been off and on? How has it been?
You been here or something, man? So yeah, something like that sometimes, but I'm trying to get better at it the last couple of months.
Yeah, because so what strikes me is that you're creating content. I haven't looked at the videos, so I can't critique the videos themselves. But from what it looks like you're optimizing. It looks like, I mean, your channel looks like a good tech channel, just visually speaking. So it looks to me like if you just took this thing seriously and you showed up consistently every single week, whether it's twice a week or once a week or anything of that, something along those lines, your channel is gonna continue to grow. You're connecting with people in the space by doing these things for them and so on. That is smart. Keep doing that. If you continue creating content consistently and you keep connecting with people and forming those relationships, you know, all it really takes is one. And that's the cool thing. So you got to keep showing up and basically be prepared for the opportunities that will come your way. But if you're not committed, I have the same issue, right? YouTube is something that I've done and then I've stopped doing. And I go hard for like a few weeks and so on, and then that's it. I publish 30 videos in one go for a bunch of tutorials, and I don't publish anything again for a few years. And because of that, my YouTube channel has not grown to the levels that I wanted to grow. So if you just keep creating that content, just keep putting it out there, keep studying and learning how to do what you do better, keep, improving have you been going live or anything of that sort?
Yeah, I go live once every week.
Oh, well, there you go. Keep doing that. Keep doing those things. Keep showing up, keep creating content, keep connecting with people, keep promoting it on the different platforms. You're doing what you should be doing. Now, what a lot of people do is they start doing, and they go for a year, 2, 3, off and on, and so on. It's not getting to where they wanted to go, so they kind of give up. And you never know. Sometimes you give up right before that moment.
You got a point. That happened to my friend. Now he's at 50,000 subscribers. So you're right.
So just keep going, dude. You're doing what you should be doing. Yeah, man. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like, yeah, he's. I mean, it looks like it. What it looks like to me is like you know what you're doing, and if you know what you're doing, the key there is just keep doing, keep showing up, doing it consistently. If you can get to the point where you are showing up regularly, there's not a week where you're not doing it. That is going to help a whole lot. So, yeah, man, keep it up.
Awesome, man. I appreciate your time, bro.
You are very much welcome, man.
Yes, sir.
I love it. That is how you do it. That's how you do it. Okay, let's see. Let's some more questions on socials. Let's see what we've got. Uncle Boo Boo. So you said she is 15? Okay, I got to come back to this then. If she is 15, that is even more awesome, because here's what people love to see, especially older people. Older people love to see younger people doing the kinds of things that they wish they were doing when they were that age. So I would use that. So we're going back to the podcast for anyone that's tuning in. His friend's daughter has a history or starting a 5 minutes on history podcast. Use that front and center. I'm a 15-year-old student that is passionate about history. I started a podcast about such and such, and I would love to come to talk to your audience about XYZ. The doors will open. I can almost guarantee it, except for the fact that I don't guarantee anything. But yes, use that in her pitch, and you'd be surprised at what that can do. All right, let's see. Oh, and for Allison, Colin said, where can I find this PIEpreneur stuff? I have someone I would like to get on her list.
Oh, awesome. I will happily drop a link in the chat if that's okay with you.
You can do that, but on YouTube's, because he's on YouTube. Or you can drop the link here and I can post it.
Perfect.
What is the URL?
Right,
just tell us what the URL is right now, even while you're doing that.
Well, I haven't posted on Gumroad, which is where you could purchase it through. The actual challenge has not been posted yet, so that landing page isn't live.
But where can they go? Where can they go to get your main site or something of that sort?
Well, you can go to Better Baker Club.
Ooh, betterbakerclub.com.
Yes, betterbakerclub.com, and there /Bake Better Pies will get you to the ebook. There we go. And the Bake Better Pies should be an active page. I just finished working on that right before we jumped on this call.
Bake Better
if it's not there yet, it will be there shortly.
Let's see. Oh, it's not there yet.
Okay.
But it will be there shortly, Colin. Yes. So you can... Man, I shouldn't have come to this page, man. You're making me hungry. Oh.
That's my goal.
Oh, you're doing it.
That's my goal is to make you eat yummy, delicious baked goods or bake them with your family.
Colin, don't look at this. You're on keto right now. You can't do this, man. Let's not do this to ourselves. Except actually on Saturday we could do it, Colin. So maybe we'll come. Do you have recipes on your site?
I do. I've got some really fun recipes right now that are kind of like heading into fall. So if you're in the mood to feel that fall season, I've got apple and pumpkin recipes. I've got great beginner recipes. If you just want to learn how to bake a loaf of bread, if you want to bake a loaf of bread with your kids or your family, I've got a great tutorial for that too. So, yeah, I would welcome your.
I don't have cake right now, so I'll just drink some water. Maybe that'll help me feel better about something. That's awesome.
Look at the pictures and drink the water.
Yeah. There we go. All right. So Better Baker Club. Check it out if you care about baking. Because man, this stuff looks good. Oh. You're messing up my live stream now. All I want to do, Allison, all I want to do now is eat some pies and cookies and snickerdoodles and. Oh, okay. I'm getting away from the site now. All right, we're gonna go to the next question. I don't know if that's gonna fit. Oh, it goes off the screen, but we can read some of it on the screen. Just launched. This is from Holly on Facebook. Just launched my coaching business on September 1st. I've been focused on offering freebies, newsletter production, and getting signups, website branding, getting different social channels set up, etc. I know I want to do an email course, and I also want to do one-on-one coaching. Which would be the best to focus on first to get some testimonials in? Both at the same time. Holly, I don't know what your coaching is about. Is it business coaching? Is it some other type of coaching? Or what? Let me know that in the comments. I'm still going to answer your question. I'm going to make a recommendation for you because I don't know if you know this, but coaching is something that I've gotten heavily into over the last few months. I'm going to recommend a book or two for you. Book number 1, the book that is responsible for pushing me over the edge and helping me have a significant amount of success with coaching is called The Prosperous Coach. That book was written by Rich Litvin and Steve Chandler, and that book, in my opinion, is a game changer. So The Prosperous Coach, if you are trying to build a coaching business, you should be reading that. Oh, perfect. Okay, so it's life coaching for women, stress reduction, anxiety, etc. Put that book, whether I have the Audible version and I've listened to that book multiple times, that book has changed my life when it comes to coaching. That is number one. The next book is going to be The Coaching Habit. Read those two books. And here's what I will tell you. If you want to be a successful coach, you don't need a website, you don't need a blog, you don't need a newsletter, you don't need social channels, you don't need any of that stuff. And I'm just talking about to be successful in terms of enrolling clients that are paying you money. Here's what you need in order to be a successful coach. You need to start coaching people. Now, I'll tell you what my process looks like now, and this is coming directly from the book, The Prosperous Coach, or slightly modified. But this is what I do. I reach out to people that I think would be interesting people to coach, and I let them know, hey, I don't know if you know this, but one of the things that I do is I coach people on XYZ. Would you be interested in a free 90-minute coaching experience? And I talk to them about my process for doing the 90-minute coaching experience and how I can serve them powerfully during that time to help them to overcome some of the challenges that they're dealing with right now. And I just coach them. I literally will coach them for 90 minutes, 100% free of charge. And if that coaching experience goes well, and I think this person is someone that I would love to work with, the next thing I do is I give them a homework assignment. I say, yes, 90 minutes, Nanette. Nanette says, 90 minutes? And she does, you can't see it on the screen, but she does this, oh my word, facepalm emoji. Yes, 90 minutes. And what I do is I coach them deeply as if they were a high-paying coaching client. And I just go as deep as possible and try to help them to have some significant breakthroughs on that call. And if I think they're a great candidate for coaching, what I would do then is I'd give them an assignment. Hey, based on what we're saying, what we've just experienced, I'm gonna challenge you to do this particular thing. And if you do this thing by tomorrow or by such and such a date, no, and actually now and let's schedule a follow-up coaching session, another one, 100% free of charge, 1 hour. And on that 1 hour, we're going to look at what you came up with and we're going to go deeper with it and make it even more actionable. So up until this point, I've coached them for 2.5 hours. Now, at this point, for me, what I do is, if it's still looking like this person would be a good person to work with, they showed up, they committed, we were able to have some significant breakthroughs, and they went and they did what I told them to do. They took action. They've demonstrated their willingness to do what it takes to take things to the next level. Then I tell them about my coaching. And that's all I've been doing for the last few months. And within a few months of doing that, I've been able to build a substantial income going based on the Prosperous Coach method. So I highly recommend for you to read that book, read The Coaching Habit. You'd be surprised at how much you're able to accomplish. Now, the key thing is you gotta show up and do an amazing job. Because what you are trying to do in that moment is to get them to realize that, man, this is such a powerful experience. I want more of this. So at that point, there's no sales pitch. There's no, hey, this is what I do in coaching. Quite frankly, it's, so you are interested in coaching And now you know exactly what my coaching is like because you've experienced it for the last 2.5 hours. And now the question is, would you like to continue what we're doing? And if you'd like to continue, this is what it looks like. And we walk through the details now. So it's no longer a sales page. I have no sales page for my coaching. I have no email sequence or anything of that sort. But because I've been able to take high performers and give them powerful experiences that in many cases, like their lives are changed in that conversation. Now it's just, hey, you want to continue what we already started? And I have not had one person say, no, I don't want to continue. I've had some people say, I would love to continue, but I can't afford it right now. But I want to work to where I can afford it, and then we can talk about that in the future. The key thing is you got to be able to give them a powerful experience, almost like a life-changing experience. And if you're thinking, yeah, but I don't know how to do that because I'm not at that level yet, read those books. And if you read those books, you will learn how to do that. And of course, a lot of it comes with practice. I've been coaching since 2014 actively and so on. But the more you do it, the better you become at it. So you don't need all the marketing stuff. The marketing stuff is not bad. But if you want to coach people and show up and do some amazing stuff, and you'd be surprised at where that could lead. Justin Brown is in the house. Primal Video. What's going on, sir? He says, building up reciprocity. I love that. I love that. Holly says, a great way to see if we're a good fit and that they're coachable. I'm going to run with that. That is awesome. And yes, it is a great, when I enroll a coaching client, I am not wondering if they're a good fit because we spend 2.5 hours going deep. So by then I know it. And like Justin is saying, yes, you're pre-qualifying. Love it. He says, congrats, Leslie. Thank you very much. Holly says, I absolutely will read them and I cannot wait. She says, it's just a natural flow, no pitch. This is wonderful. That for me is what has been game changing. Because up to this point, for me, it's been, I have my membership site. I'm trying to get people in the membership site. I have these funnels and I do all this persuasion and all that good stuff. When it comes to enrolling clients, so this is going to sound weird. What I actually do is I try to convince them that they don't need coaching. No, and I tell them, listen, you don't need coaching. You can go and you can do this stuff on your own and all that good stuff. I don't coach people that need coaching. I coach people that don't need coaching, but they really want it because they've had the experience and they know that they will put in the work, and with the coaching, they can take things to the next level. Those are the people that I coach. It puts it in a completely different perspective. And quite frankly, I try to convince them out of coaching and I try to get them to sell me. I don't even try to get them to sell me. They sell me on why they why they want to sign up with me for coaching and why they are determined to make this a reality. Completely different positioning. And the results have been amazing. I've literally built a 6-figure coaching business in the last few months. And it's just been so rewarding to work with a few people, but to really serve them in a powerful way. All right. So if you have any more questions, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, yada, 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 go ahead and post those questions there. If you are on Zoom and you have another question that you'd like to ask, go ahead and just let me know in the chat that you would like to come on and ask some questions. Let's see. Here is the link to my Pie ebook. Allison posts. So let's go and check that out to make sure that link. Oh, there we go. So I'm just gonna pop that on the screen since we didn't see enough pies, and now and it's only $10.99. Oh, I want this. My secret to baking pies like a pro. Oh, this is so tempting. Oh, I love it. So I'm gonna pop that link on YouTube. So link to the pie ebook. Oh wait, why are you looking there? You're not supposed to be looking there. You're supposed to be seeing me, right? Bam. So the link has been posted on ebook. On ebook. On YouTube. And I don't have the Facebook stream open, but I will in a second. And I will post it there for anyone that is interested.
Thank you, Leslie.
You are very much welcome. So here's the link to the pie ebook. Somebody's gonna watch the stream, like come to the stream after, and they're gonna see it on Facebook or YouTube, and they're gonna be like, a link to a pie ebook? What? Leslie, what's happening? I didn't know you were teaching about pies now. All right. Any more questions? I don't see any more questions. Oh, by the way, just really quick, if you're on YouTube, hit subscribe. Let me tell you what's coming up, because we have some great stuff coming up. I am right now working on a course that is called How to Track the ROI, the return on investment of social media. And I'm going into a whole lot of detail on how to set up the tracking, how to create campaign URLs, how to go in Google Analytics and see, hey, I made this post on this day on Facebook, and that particular post brought 16 people over, and 4 people bought my $10.99 ebook. So I can see exactly how much that post was worth and how effective it is. And whether you have something to sell or not, that's going to be effective in just showing you what's working, what is causing people to click to come over on your site. And you can analyze that and determine that on a per post basis. That right there takes your social media marketing up to the next level. So if you are interested in that, and you're not subscribed to the channel, I'm gonna pop it on the screen. Again, if you're on on Facebook, come over to YouTube, hit subscribe. I'm posting the entire course 100% free of charge. You don't have to opt in to get the course. You don't have to do any of that stuff to get the course. But yeah. Okay, so Ife has a question. And go ahead and unmute yourself. And we're gonna pop you on the screen, and go ahead.
So Leslie, as you know, I work with a lot of entrepreneurs, and everybody's trying to get online right now.
Yep.
So the question is, how do you choose the right combination of media to gain real momentum? What I've noticed is that people are not just doing podcasting or not just doing Facebook Live. So how do you choose the right combination is my question.
Yeah, so for me, it's a question of two things. Where's your audience, the specific audience that you're trying to reach, and what are you good at? Like, what do you naturally gravitate to? I'll give you an example. When I did the biology blog and so on, my audience, I knew I had to do video. And because I knew I had to do video, I knew I had to do YouTube, because I wanted my videos to be searchable. I wanted people to go to YouTube. I wanted them to go to YouTube. They were going to YouTube and trying to figure out how blood flows through the heart. They were trying to figure out how to read an EKG and, the parts of the nervous system and all that good stuff. So I knew that would be the perfect platform for me. Could I have done Facebook? Yeah, I could have, but I would post a video on Facebook, it would get some views, and then it would disappear, and I'd have to post more videos again, and then those would disappear, and you'd never see them again until somebody comments on them, and so on. So YouTube for me was that platform. I needed to show people, so it had to be video, and I wanted it to be searchable, so it had to be YouTube from my perspective. Not just that, I'm pretty good on video, and and I'm good at teaching. So I knew that I could use that to stand out among all of the other biology, I'm going to call us biology nerds on YouTube, because yes, I am a biology nerd. So I knew that that would give me somewhat of an edge or an unfair advantage. So I chose to go in on YouTube and go all in on YouTube. I'm the kind of person that, especially if you're just beginning, I'm not a big, hey, go on all the different platforms and do all the stuff. I am choose a platform that is going to work for you and for your audience, and go all in on figuring out how to dominate that platform. I had to use that word there because I'm talking to Ife. How to dominate that platform. Should you be on the other platforms? Yes. Have your accounts, and maybe you can auto schedule things and so on. But choose one primary platform and go all in. One of the biggest reasons why people don't succeed online is they don't go deep enough. They don't go deep enough on whatever platform they choose. They're on YouTube, so they're posting some videos, and then they're posting videos on Facebook, and then they're doing this, and then they're doing that, and so on. But they never actually stopped to study, what will it take to do well on YouTube? What will it take to do well on Instagram? What will it take to do well on this platform? And these platforms are always changing. So you got to keep up to date on what is happening on that platform. So really and truly, I don't think my recommendation on that has changed in years. Choose a platform and go all in. If you're going all in on Instagram right now, you better be checking out Instagram Reels, because the algorithm is favoring that. So learn about Instagram Reels, experiment with it, look at other people and what they're doing. How can you incorporate some of those things in what you're doing, and just go all in on whatever platform you choose. So it's not about choose this platform or this platform. It is, once you've chosen this platform, go all in.
That's excellent. Thank you. I guess I got to go all in on podcasting. Is that what you're telling me?
Hey, if you're going to do it, you just do it,
No, but I agree with that. Thanks. That helps a lot. I know I have a few of the Samaritan entrepreneurs on here checking it out as well. So that is helpful for them.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. Sweet. All right. Are we, oh wait, no, we have some comments. That's EJ the Travel Diva says, that's where I am. I've been posting on YouTube, but I am just studying it and trying to figure out how to make it better. That is exactly it. Oh, someone said Facebook ended for some reason. My stream on Facebook ended? That's not nice, Facebook. No, it's still going. Oh, okay. It's still going, Nanette. Nanette, don't make me nervous. What are you trying to do to me, Nanette? You're trying to make my heart panic and all that good stuff. No, it's all good. Yep, we are still live on Facebook. So we're good to go. All right, I don't see any more questions, which I don't mind. Let's see. I'm going to wait for a few more seconds. Nope, I am not seeing any more questions. Hey, thank you all for being here tonight. This was awesome. I'm saying this was awesome because I just love connecting with you people, because you people are kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you got value from everything. Jean J says, thank you. You are welcome. Nanette says, you are so generous, Leslie. Well, thank you very much. I try my best to, I just want to help you guys out, because I don't know. I just feel compelled to help people because this is what I love doing. Anyhow, thank you all for joining. Once again, we do this every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. I start the countdown at 6:50, and we go all in as much as we possibly can. My goal is to to help you all to take things to the next level. I want to challenge you. I want to encourage you. I want to equip you so that you can create content, inspire others, change the world, and you can do it while building a successful business. That is why I'm here. I am your online business coach for content creators. I'm toying around with what I am, how I say what I am, and I'm still trying to figure it out. The online business coach for content creators. The business coach. No, Ife is not in her head. Ife, you got to help me refine this a little bit. I'm toying with the idea of just creators, because I believe that we were created to create, if that makes sense. You know?
Would creators coach work? Do you like creators coach?
Wait, say that again?
The creators coach.
The creators coach.
I know, right?
Ife.
Listen, thumbs up.
The creators coach. Okay, if you're on here live, tell me what you think about that, because ooh, the creators. Oh!
You know how I love names. Listen, they're saying yes. They love it.
Oh, Nanette says yes. EJ, the travel diva, says, I like the creators coach. Oh, Holly. Y'all giving a lot of endorsement here. Sounds great, Holly says. Jean says, unique. Colin says, creative coach. The creative coach. Okay. Oh, Nanette, it's already out there? The creators coach? I don't care. That's all right. Let me see. thecreatorscoach.com. Let me just see who that URL doesn't exist. Huh, Ife, I like it. She says EJ says the creators coach for the win. Here's why. Let me tell you why I like it. I believe that we were created to create. I think there's something significant in that. We're going to get a little spiritual for a little bit. God created this earth and created all that in them is and all of that stuff. And he created it by speaking it into existence. There is something powerful about being able to create. And not just that, there's creative power in speaking things into existence. I believe that when we say things, there is power in that. And we can change everything by what we say. Just like God created the entire earth with what he said. He spoke and it came into existence. And I think there is something significant in that. And that is why I love this idea of we've been created to be creators. So the creator's coach, there's something, she said she Googled it. The creator's coach. Creator coach. That's all good. It doesn't matter if somebody else is calling themselves that. But I just like that concept. The creators. Ooh, Evie, you and I are gonna have to talk too, boy. Ooh, I love it. Anyhow, yeah, I love that. And what that also does, Ife, is when I do something, I can say, "Hey, what's up, creators? Leslie here, the creators coach. Blah blah blah." Yeah. Why didn't I just call you like long time ago and say, "Hey, I need some help with naming." I love it. Noemi, I hope you're taking note. The creator's coach. Oh. Okay. I'm done. We just put a bow on it. We wrapped it. All that good stuff. Anyhow, thank you all so much. Once again, reminding you, please subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified. And I have a lot of great stuff coming your way. We're in the process of doing some things behind the scene. We're working hard right now, and you're not seeing everything we're working on, but over the next few weeks, you're gonna see it. And I'm looking forward to serving you guys in a more powerful way. So that's it for tonight. Thank you all for coming. You all are awesome, and God bless. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye. All right.